Todoist has always allowed us to share projects with other people. That could be your partner, it could be a colleague at work, or it could be a third party external to your work. And it's always been very simple and easy to use. Well, over the last couple of weeks, Todoist has completely destroyed all that and has brought us something rather special. So in this little video, I'm going to take you through the new way to share projects with other people, and I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can use it, whether or not you do collaborate with colleagues or business partners or just your partner at home. It's really rather special, and I can't wait to show you it. Okay, so what you may have noticed right now is that if you've updated your Todoist recently, you will have seen down in this bottom left-hand corner a new feature that says Add Team. Now, when you click on this, it's going to give you a few options. So unfortunately, I've already set this up. So when I go into, maybe I can do that. Oops, I can do that. And now it's going to say upgrade to add another team because I already have 5 teams. Now there is a caveat here. You can still go in and share any of your personal projects that you like. You can go in here and you can share any of these projects, whatever you want. The idea behind this new sharing function is that you now have a separate space for all your shared projects. Now, if you go into this is basically you have to add a team and you give it a name. Now, I have given mine a name, Pullein. I've just used my name. When I tap on that now, it takes me into a new area. So I can now work purely from my team's area. So this is great if you're working within a company. You can have all your team's projects in one space. But what about the rest of us, the ones that, like me, who don't have a team of people? How could we use this? Well, one of the areas that I thought, I should point out, you're only allowed 5 projects, and Todoist rather annoyingly keeps reminding you that you're at your limit or close to your limit. So even if you only have 1 project in here, you're going to have this little notice. I'm hoping that they will remove this eventually because I know I can upgrade. You can get a notice if I try to create a new project and say you need to upgrade. That's fine. But this is rather annoying and just kind of breaks Todoist's sort of aesthetic feel. They don't normally do stuff like this. But anyway, let's move on. So there are a couple of ways of doing this. You can do the traditional project. So I've got a traditional project here called Operation Grand Slam. And I've got here all the tasks or some tasks that I can do from that I need to do within this. So for here, for example, obtain special device from Mr. Ling. I can now share that with a team member by just clicking on the team here where it says assign a person. Now I haven't got anyone invited, but I could invite my real account. So carl@carlpullein.com. I can send that and I can send that to invite to the project. So invite that to the project. So I haven't accepted that yet, but I could do. Now the thing is, I could also share it by copying a link as well. So I can copy that link to this project, send that to somebody, they will have then access to it online. So that's how to invite. But let's just say in this particular case, it's me who has to obtain the special device from Mr. Ling. I can choose to assign it to myself if I wish, and I get a nice little picture of myself right there on the right. Or I can leave that unassigned by just tapping on there. Now, when you click on here, all the people within your team will be listed down here and you can assign it as normal. But I've got all sorts of things down here and you can just operate this as you would a normal project inside Todoist. Now here, for example, ask our job, which is to take care of Mr. Solo. We got communications. I can add a date here and I can date it for today. What you'll notice is, even though it's unassigned, I haven't assigned it to anybody, it's coming up here. Ask odd job to take care of Mr. Solo. It's unassigned. It would be the same had I assigned it to myself, and yeah, I'm going to see that. Now, one of the other things that you can do within this is create a shopping list. So if you want to, if like in my case, with my wife, I can create a shopping list and share this with my wife. Again, or I can share the whole project here. And again, I can share it directly from here. All I need to do is add my wife and I can share this project. Now, the great thing about this is I can share this only with my wife and nobody else will see it. Only my wife will see this, and I can have all my the shopping items down there. This is great if you both go to the supermarket or passing the supermarket at different times. A wonderful way of doing it. By the way, a quick way, you can click on here to get back to your workspace or your team, or you can just click on here and it'll take you straight back. So what about those people, and hopefully Todoist aren't watching this, but what about those people who aren't yet ready to spend the extra on upgrading to Todoist Business, but still want to take advantage of some of these wonderful features? Well, one way you can do it is to create a project called Team. Now, you can do it this way if you wish. Just add the people who you work with in your team. So I've got Paula, Pinder, and Fiona. Or you can do it another way, which is to add a section, and each section could be like Paula, and add that section. I can go down here and I can add Pinder, add the section, and I can go down here and add another section and put Fiona. Now, I actually think this is a better way than using projects anyway. So let's just remove these. Actually, we can do it this way, can't we? We can just tap on all of them and go into here, and I can delete those tasks. So now I've added down here the actual sections. What I can now do is go into the filter in the top right here, and I can list by board. So now if I have a task here, which could be ask Paula to send me Mr. Ling's email address, and I can add that task in there. I can put in here, speak to Pinder about his poor performance. Sorry, Pinder. And so on and so forth. I can add in all sorts of little tasks in here. I actually think this is always a better view. And what I usually do is I can remove the menu. So you just tap on here, or you can choose just M. So I type M and it will get rid of the side menu. So I can actually see a focused view on my team within this. If I tap M, it'll bring the menu back. So that's one way that you can overcome the project limitation. Let's go back into my my workspace here. The other things that you can do is, as I say, you could actually create separate projects for each of the people you work with, particularly if you've got a small team, maybe less than 5. But again, if you're going beyond 5, it is actually worth upgrading to the business one, because you actually get a few additional features and you don't get all the limitations in terms of the project numbers. But that's just a quick overview of what this new feature. If you've been curious about add a team at the bottom of your Todoist window, well, it's absolutely fantastic. It's a great way just to keep these separate from your personal life, because I can go back into my own projects here. And I can tap down there. And if you notice also that not only have they created this kind of dashboard view of all your projects for the workspace, your personal projects also now, when you tap on the main menu, you can go into this, then I can tap into this week, or I can go back to my project. Again, if I go back to top left there, I can go in there, I can go into this month, and I can go into the various projects that I have within my own personal area. So there you go. Hopefully that's given you a good update on this new feature that's come in Todoist. I actually love it. I think it's a great place for you to keep all those shared projects instead of then cluttering up your own personal projects. It makes managing Todoist a lot easier. And it's also probably going to help us when the new calendar view comes. Now, just to give you an update, I haven't done a video on the calendar yet, simply because I don't think it's great at the moment. It's not working. It is a beta version. If I go into my personal area, just to give you an update on that, and go into here, I can see the calendar view inside the personal. So with the professional one, with the team, you're going to need again to have the business function. But anyway, just a quick update on that. You can see where where Todoist are going. They're going to make it a lot more teams orientated. It's quite exciting what's coming. And I think we're going to have a very, very interesting Todoist year. Now, if you want to learn how I have my Todoist set up, particularly my personal area here, then this video up here is the one I suggest you watch next.